So now we have versus Tokoha. Cherry for us is using Night Rose, and she is fighting Bloom. Bloom starts with a perfect guard. That's one less out of deck. And she's using Cutlass. That's not a better ride. That's actually like the only worst ride in terms of power that you could probably have when your opponent is a perfect guard. And there's a perfect guard in the damage. Wow. How? How do you have that many grade 3s in hand? How can she possibly have that many grade 3s in her hand right now?
Magic.
Cherry tucks in her Peter and gets a draw.
Good draw.
Yeah, the draw was to Negro Rook. That's a good draw to have. Decides to get Green Shot Elf out the way before Bloom things can happen. Oh, the draw was a perfect guard. That's a better draw. Cherry, keep in mind to declare where the crits go.
Nova.
No triggers for her side. What's up?
Plants versus Zombies.
You're right! You're right! I didn't think about that.
Plants versus
There are
Zombies.
zombies on the lawn.
Oh man.
Oh, she did not bring out a ghosty. She could not bring out a ghosty. King Boo versus the Fire Flower. Yes. Yes, it is. I like how Cherry is just thinning out as many grade 3s from her deck as possible because of what has happened up to this point. By the way, all 4 Ashas are on the board now.
Are they really?
1 is Vanguard, 1 in rear, 2 in drop.
Nova, you said Asha, not Night Rose.
I meant Night Rose.
Good lord.
Then again, there's 2 Ashas on the board.
Oh, for the. CC, no, not King. Oh god.
I like how you just saw that.
King Boo versus Fireflower. My god.
This
Did
match
the
was like
fire flower?
this match was like destined to happen. There are so many jokes and references that can be made.
Did the fire? I haven't played Mario in such a fucking long time. Did the fire flower work on the boos or no?
No, they're immune to it most of the time. I think the only time that
Yeah,
it would actually work is in the 3D games, and I don't even know if they ever gave you the option to do that.
I don't think they did. Cause
King Boo was too shy for that,
uh
Blue.
mom, he used the G Guardian. Wait, I'm confused. V1
Oh,
is
you can't consider Truly as Asha because it wasn't at GB1 at the time it was called.
oh okay. As mom always says, "Who boy?" Oh, oh no! Here comes the blooms.
Not really. There's nothing that blooms in this situation. I mean, the front row is going to gain 5k, but one trigger and the rears don't hit anything. Well, one trigger in the rear that isn't boosted doesn't hit anything. Is he doing another? Okay, so now all Ashas are on the board.
Princess Peach is digging is burying her star.
You're trying too
So she,
hard.
I know. That's a stand trigger. Finally, someone attacked with the rear first. Damn it!
Rosalina didn't break through.
God damn it, Nova.
It's a pun and a
I feel
reference
like
in one.
we're both gonna get castrated after this.
Yeah, by the time this is over, Rose will appear and end our games. So she decides to counterblast one and call Negro Rook, which is honestly the best choice. The Mimic's ability only activates if it's called from the drop zones of the rear guard, so it can't give 3k to things, but she can have it on the field if she wants. And she chooses no. She was right for choosing no.
Have we seen a Katrina yet?
Not this entire game.
And he runs
Oh, he drove check one. I didn't notice.
draw trigger.
He runs draws. Is this Rainbow?
He's blooming into the rainbow.
Bloom the rainbow. Taste the rainbow. That's a crit trigger. I like how that Pixie stand trigger got put on the restricted to one list and no one in area ever used it to begin with.
I think at this point in time, whenever someone uses a Grand Blue Hollow, the opponent just assumes Hollow.
Unless you're up against Diablo, then it makes sense to declare when it is and isn't.
Yeah. Oh look, Katrina's in the damage. Mom, how many PGs you have?
One.
One.
She needs G guards, or she needs to not see any critical triggers. Oh wait, if this is Blue Masha, she'll get a crit on her own. That's where the PG's going. You know what? When Mythos says that, it sounds like he's talking about a cereal.
That's what I thought of when you said
Oh
that.
god. Fucking Nigel. Ah.
Oh man. Okay, so we have
Literally, the
Princess.
only thing worthwhile to come out of that show is Nigel Thornberry memes. Everything else on that show is horribly forgettable. But Nigel Thornberry memes. It even tried crossing over with Rugrats to get popularity, and it just made Rugrats worse by comparison.
Speaking of crossovers, the Teen Titans Go and Powerpuff Girls crossover is Thursday.
You did not need to remind me of that. Oh my god. That is Happy
I
Thursday. That is like a part of my childhood that's just being crapped on. Two parts of it, actually. Because I like Teen Titans a lot. When it was actually a good show and not just comedy crap. And then I actually thought Powerpuff Girls was a funny, cute concept. Like the idea of three extremely disfigured girls having superpowers being accepted by a town where everything else looks so much closer to realistic. It's like you'd have to assume that they had to be a science experiment for them to be that bad in terms of how they're drawn. But wait, they are a science experiment. But no, they decided to take that and just say, oh, well, we're going to give everyone the exact same art style as the Powerpuff Girls. So the irony that used to be in the show is gone.
Like everyone always says that Teen Titans Go is bad.
It's not that
It's
it's
not.
it's not that it's bad, it's that it's the alternative to something better. It is the
Yeah.
it's the Ultimate Spider-Man argument. Ultimate Spider-Man on on Disney XD is not bad, but we lost out on things like the Spectacular Spider-Man for it.
Yeah. Did Kiba DC?
He's there. He's doing things.
Oh.
Ben 10 was good when he was 10.
God.
Ben 10 was
Please,
good when he was 10.
please, we do not need to bring up the H10 because I still question why Ash Ketchum is still fucking 10 years old when he looks like a teenager.
Honestly, Alien Force was okay for a while. I did see some of it. For them to have kept going past that was a problem.
So while we talk about Ben 10, Kiba's actually getting Katrina's out the deck and is blooming like no tomorrow.
So how much of this can Cherry actually guard? She can take 2 attacks as long as they aren't the Vanguard and a crit doesn't appear.
Nova?
I feel like they could have done more with Kevin, considering what his power was supposed to be. I'm gonna go back and say that. I feel like they could have done more with Kevin. Because he stopped using the alien powers from the Omnitrix. And they never
Nova?
particularly explained why. What's up?
Okay, so Kiba stands out of deck. How much you want to bet the Vanguard first and a stand's gonna pop up?
You know what?
I bet you it will happen.
Okay, so he's attacking rear first because stands are a possibility, which means that Cherry has to take a hit. What? Does she know that Asha has a crit?
Asha doesn't have a crit.
Asha does have a crit. One of those Thurias is Asha.
Wait. Oh. But he just. Did he just. Oh, yeah.
Did he do the... Oh, I see what he did. Wait, what? Let me read Asha for a minute. If you have a unit in rear guard with the same name as Asha... Oh, I see. Because it's an act skill, he activated that while he had an Asha on the field. Then he replaced it with something else. Since it is an act skill, it keeps the crit. That's what happened. No, he says it has the crit. He's saying she asked. So the Vanguard has one crit. Yes. It says right there. My Vanguard plus one crit. It says so right there. It does Mythos because at the time he activated the act skill, he still had an Asha on the field. He had a grade 3 Asha on the field. He got rid of that grade 3 Asha in order to call something else.
Nova Mythos is not in here.
Well, I'm saying it so that someone who can hear me actually, types it out. Because I can't type in my situation.
Well, I know you can.
Okay, then Neil, type out what I said.
I forgot what you said.
Never mind, the moment's passed. It doesn't matter. It'll be in the recording.
So, time to jump in the hyabolic time chamber, then?
Yeah, 3 months from now, 3 months from now, it'll come up in the recording, and then Mythos will see it.
Fucking Nova.
Okay, so she used Stride. She called out Gas Dragon, which, by the way, hits for 21 on its own. Also, Cherry has all the counter blasts to do as many loops, combos, and bullshit things as she wants this turn. She actually got good mills from the top 3, and none of them were triggers, so she can trigger with Night Rose very easily. I heavily expect for that Negro Boner that's in the drop zone right there to hit the field. And yes, I know what I called it. There he is, the Negro Boner.
I was gonna say a pun, but in my head, it doesn't sound appropriate.
Then don't.
I'm not. No.
I like how Cherry has a break ride um Night Rose deck, which means she has access to 7C stuff if she wanted to make the deck that way. She shouldn't make the deck that way, but if she wanted to make the deck that way, she has access to that sort of stuff. Maglanica itself isn't that bad. I would say some of the things that are around Maglanica are suspicious as hell. But the clan itself is but the thing itself is not that bad. Did is she gonna kill Trulia? No? Okay then. Critical trigger. Another critical trigger. All to the lazy boy.
He has a G Guardian. Wait, did he use it
He
already?
just used his G Guardian to guard that. Drops a perfect guard for this. Keep in mind, 2 attacks are happening after this.
Holy.
Counterblast for Negro Bone. It doesn't matter what she calls out. She chooses
So
Negro Rook. And it's not a heal.
Cannoneer had a boner and Negro Rook decided to take its place.
And the zombies have eaten their brains. On to the next fight.